Gone, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
We're in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. First carry for Raheem Mostert. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Cardinals hit 4 and 6 now on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute baller out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 18. Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
Okay, right? Ready?
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Lance. Able to find Gray here. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On play action, Lance. The 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Lance. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Lance. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Murray now. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, but he will not come anywhere close to the first down marker, and that gives us a turnover on downs. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now not only did you not get it and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Not to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage able to knock that one away.
Throwing his lance on third down. On the slant into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off of play action, here's Lance. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
The Niners on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Lance looking to throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Gay's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Snap comes to Murray at 1. He's going to air one out for Anderson. It got his man complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Lance now on first down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Lance again. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 receptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Found his target, it's Anderson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Murray now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cards will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, set. Watch out now, 50
A final shot before half for Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And Lance now to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Running the counter with Mostert. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Murray. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Fourth down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Lance looks to throw again. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lance. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Lance going to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray, an 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-17.
49ers 17. Gay is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Green. Easy. Boss.
Throwing now is Murray. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Murray now. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Murray. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Niners are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From midfield, here's Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw is Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. Williams again. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jamal Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Got a man, that's Ayuk. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
From the 25 on second down, Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Lance now on first down. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On the ready? Practice, sit.
Throwing on first down is Lance. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And to the three. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's Murray. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Under pressure, they got him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Desperation time here. Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ready, break.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, it's Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 32 yards. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for Arizona, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be at home for one.